1. The Warrior's Code. Why calm is power. In the battlefield of life, chaos is constant, but the warrior remains still. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't react. He observes. He calculates. He moves only when it's time. This is the ancient code of warriors. Calm is not weakness. It's power. In every tradition, from samurai to stoics, the greatest men were trained to master their emotions before mastering their enemies. Because rage clouds judgment. Panic weakens resolve. But calm? Calm is clarity. Calm is control. The modern world throws noise, drama, and distraction at you daily. But the warrior doesn't get pulled into it. He knows that emotional chaos is a trap, designed to drain energy and break focus. So he builds his mind like a fortress. He trains his breath. He sharpens his awareness. He becomes the eye of the storm. People around him may scream, panic, or lash out, but he remains unmoved. That's what makes him dangerous. That's what makes him legendary. Calm isn't passive. It's active restraint. It's the discipline to hold back when others explode. It's the strength to choose silence over reaction. And in that silence, the warrior finds his edge. He doesn't just survive chaos, he commands it. 2. Emotional armor. How to stop taking things personally. Most men crumble not because of physical pain but emotional wounds. Comment, a rejection, a betrayal. They internalize it. They react. They spiral. But the warrior knows your emotions are your responsibility. No one can make you angry. No one can hurt you without permission. That's why he wears emotional armor, not to be numb, but to be sovereign. This armor is built through self-awareness. You learn to pause before reacting. You ask, is this about me or about them? Most insults are projections. Most drama is deflection. When someone lashes out, it's their storm, not yours. The warrior doesn't absorb it. He reflects it. He stays grounded in his truth. He doesn't need validation. He doesn't chase approval. He knows who he is, and that's enough. This emotional armor isn't coldness. It's clarity. You still feel, but you don't flinch. You still care, but you don't crumble. You become immune to manipulation. You stop being a puppet pulled by strings of guilt, shame, or ego. You become the master of your reactions. And that mastery makes you untouchable. 3. Breath and battle. Controlling physiology under pressure. When chaos hits, your body reacts before your mind does. Heart races, breath shortens, muscles tense. That's biology, but the warrior overrides it. He knows that breath is the bridge between panic and power. So he trains it. He controls it. He uses it to command his state. In ancient combat schools, breathwork was sacred. Warriors learned to inhale slowly, exhale deliberately, and anchor their awareness in the present. Because when your breath is calm, your mind follows. You stop spiraling. You stop overthinking. You return to center. This is how warriors stay composed in battle, not through brute force, but through internal control. Modern chaos, arguments, deadlines, traffic, betrayal triggers the same fight or flight response. But you're not a slave to it. You can train your physiology. Cold showers, meditation, controlled exposure to stress. These are your drills. You learn to stay calm when your body wants to panic. You become the commander of your nervous system. And in that control, you find freedom. You stop being reactive. You start being strategic. You don't just survive pressure, you thrive in it. Because your breath is no longer automatic. It's intentional. It's weaponized. 4. Detachment. The art of letting go without losing power. The warrior doesn't cling. He doesn't obsess. He doesn't chase outcomes. He moves with purpose, but without attachment. This is the paradox of power. The more you let go, the more control you gain. Detachment isn't apathy, it's clarity. You care deeply, but you don't collapse when things shift. You love fiercely, but you don't lose yourself in others. You pursue goals, but you're not enslaved by results. This mindset is forged through experience. You learn that control is an illusion. People change. Plans fail. Emotions fluctuate. But your inner world? That's yours. That's sacred. So you stop gripping. You start flowing. You become like water, adaptable, resilient, unstoppable. Detachment gives you emotional leverage. You stop being pulled by fear, jealousy, or insecurity. You stop reacting to every twist in the story. You become the author, not the character. You move with intention, not desperation. And that movement is magnetic. People feel your calm. They sense your strength. You're no longer trying to control everything. You're controlling yourself. This is the warrior's edge. He's committed, but not attached. He's focused, but not frantic. He's powerful because he's free. 5. Building the Stoic Fortress. Daily practices for inner strength. Calm in chaos isn't a gift. It's a skill. And like any skill, it's built through practice. The warrior doesn't wait for peace, he trains for war. Every day he strengthens his mind. He builds his stoic fortress brick by brick. Morning rituals, cold exposure, journaling, silence. These aren't trends, they're tools. Tools to sharpen awareness, deepen discipline, and fortify emotional control. He starts his day with intention, not reaction. No phone, no noise, just breath, reflection, and clarity. He writes down his thoughts, his triggers, his goals. He studies his own mind like a battlefield. He prepares for conflict before it arrives. Because when chaos hits, preparation is everything. He embraces discomfort. He seeks challenge. He doesn't avoid stress, he trains under it. That's how the fortress is built. Not through comfort, but through confrontation. And over time, his mind becomes unshakable. His emotions become stable. His reactions become precise. This daily discipline separates warriors from wanderers. It's not about perfection, it's about progression. Every rep builds resilience. Every ritual builds power. And that power becomes your foundation. You don't just stay calm in chaos, you thrive in it. Because your fortress isn't external, it's internal, and it's indestructible.
Stay informed, stay balanced, and stay strong. Subscribe to Alpha Men Unmasked for more raw, faceless truths about men's health, masculinity, and mental strength. No filters, no fluff, just facts.